Welcome everybody, my name is Christian with Sterling Night Gamers, and I'm doing another conversation with Jaye. And
Hi.
today we're going to talk about Bossypants.
Bossypants.
Written by Tina Fey. I listened to the audio novel of it. I'm a Tina Fey prior.
Tina Fey?
Oh yes, definitely. I enjoyed her on, especially when she started doing Weekend Update, but 30 Rock just blew my mind. It
really
was just so good, and the fact that she starred, wrote, directed, just did everything for it was just super impressive.
14 hours a day.
Yeah.
I can't imagine.
So she wrote a book about herself and her growing up, and it was hilarious. There were multiple times I was listening to it. I would be walking around outside and I would just start laughing. Like, people are going to think I'm insane.
When I listened to it, I was dissecting flies at the time, so I'm like cracking up. I'm like, oh, I just stabbed that fly's brain. Whoops.
Yeah.
So, go ahead. What was some of your favorite lines?
When she was talking about hiking up to O-Rag. When she was in college. And if you've ever seen 30 Rock, they do a really unflattering flashbacks of her in this short curly hair, just very awkward looking. And so there was this guy that she was kind of seeing, but they weren't dating, and he randomly asked to do like a night hike to O-Rag, but his roommate ended up coming too, and they forgot to bring any water or food, and they go up there and he injures himself.
He falls off the mountain.
And then eventually, I think they sit there and
they get to the top, and he goes, I took so-and-so up here. It was just like this tiny woman that he was like interested in, and she's like, great. Right? And she's like talking about how he tried to share a piece of gum with her, but she had to rip it in half because her mouth was too small to accommodate a whole piece of gum.
And I think she was also talking about how, like, at the end of this trip, because she was very, like, romantically there wasn't much going on for her at the time, and just like teenage guys, she was just like, I want some over the pants action. It just
if anybody could, you could get anybody to do anything if there's sex at the end of the rainbow.
Oh yeah,
that's what she said.
It's just like, I was going to continue this hike that was dangerous, and someone had already been injured. As long as there's going to be like some over the pants action, like at the end of it, you'll keep on going. So that was super funny. Her describing of how 30 Rock started, and how Lauren, the main guy from Saturday Night Live, encouraged her to, hey, get a show that you do. And while she was still at Saturday Night Live, and they usually rotate the cast every so many years anyway, so it was the politest way to try to kick someone out, was give you a separate show on NBC. And so they paid her just to write stuff, and she was talking about the first one was rejected, and it's like, this is awesome. I don't actually have to go through the work of doing a show, but I got paid to come up with something that they rejected, so I can continue to give them ideas that they'll reject and continue to get paid. But eventually, they wanted to make it more closer to what her life was, and 30 Rock is very SNL-ish. It's a live sketch show, and
it's about a sketch show.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And the book was great. Just her real life is just really interesting.
I really like the way that she uses a lot of very descriptive words. It's not just there was a time when somebody had to throw up and I held their hair. I remember that time that I held your mullet while you threw up, so you didn't have to put your face on that pointy cactus. He's like, oh, yeah. It's not like this random little bit. It's very, very full, very dense of words. I like that.
And to be perfectly honest, it was actually insightful from a guy's perspective of just what it's like growing up as a girl, and how awkward and terrible that can be, and how catcalling when you're a kid, and just like just weird situations that guys are just completely oblivious to. That
Oh, one of my favorite lines is, "I achieved menarche at the young age of 10." I was like, menarche? Who calls it that? When she talks about when she first got her period.
Oh
It
yeah,
was just like the best ever. And she thought that it was supposed to be a blue liquid.
because all the commercials had is a blue liquid.
Clearly. So that's one of my favorite parts.
Her talking about her father and Alec Baldwin's interactions, super funny. Her time at Second City is just, the book's hilarious. It's really interesting. I think every woman should like listen or read this book, like period.
It made me really like, the most important thing about that book for me was, it was hilarious, but it made me realize regular people become famous. You don't always have to be famous to get famous.
Yeah.
And it was really special for me because I went to UVA, she went to UVA, and it made it very clear for me, like, we're on the same playing field. What's holding me back? And being able to, and even in the book she says something like, you go over, under, around, and through, make your way up to where it is that you want to be. You don't sit there and be like, oh, I didn't get this. The world hates me. Oh my gosh, life is so hard. Like, she said, like, that shit doesn't get you anywhere. She says, you make it happen.
Yeah, I think there's like specific sections where she goes after like the Valley Girl voice, and I love her. Was it like the mother's prayer of just like a prayer that she has like about like her own daughter of, may she have an interesting career but not too interesting, and like, like an accountant rather than, and like may she stay away from drummers and just,
yeah.
But it's okay to date like bass player or something like that. But it's just, the whole book, beginning to end, is hilarious. It was really insightful. It was kind of just interesting of just like the insecurities and the issues that women and girls have that are related to men or related to women and other women, or just women like internally, like they're like, you will understand at least interesting women better by reading or listening to this book, and you will definitely laugh a lot.
Yeah.
You enjoyed Weekend Update, if you enjoyed all her Saturday Night Live stuff, playing not playing Tina Fey, playing Sarah Palin as well. They go into that.
That's true.
And it's just so interesting, just behind the scenes of how that show was done and how certain things affect her life. I love the story that John McCain still has a photo of her and John McCain that they did in 2008 during his like first run. Just they did a Rock the Vote together, and like he still has that in his office. And a lot of people who go to his office like think that's him and Sarah Palin, but he doesn't have a photo of her in his office. He has a picture of him.
That's pretty good.
Tina Fey.
I would highly recommend getting it on audio book.
Yeah, because she reads it herself.
The actual book. She reads it herself, and that's my favorite part. And you get all of the intonation that she really means. Like when you read a comics book, you have to kind of make that up in your head. She just goes right into it. So that's my favorite thing. Are you gonna read the Mother's Prayer for my daughter?
Yeah, it's just so funny.
Maria Shriver put this on her blog. Okay, we found it.
Right, so here's the Mother's
Apparently it's
Prayer.
on Maria Shriver's blog, which is really exciting.
Well, there's a bunch of other places, but yeah, this is where it's
That's
up
where
right
we're
now.
reading it. First Lord, no tattoos. May neither Chinese symbol for truth nor Winnie the Pooh holding the Florida State logo stain her tender haunches. So many words. May she be beautiful, but not damaged. For it's the damage that draws the creepy soccer coach's eye, not the beauty. When crystal meth is offered, may she remember the parents who cut her grapes in half and stick with beer. Guide her, protect her, when crossing the street, stepping onto boats, swimming in the ocean, swimming in pools, walking near pools, standing on the subway platform, crossing 86th Street, stepping off of boats, using mall restrooms, getting on and off escalators, driving on country roads while arguing, leaning on large windows, walking in parking lots, riding Ferris wheels, roller coasters, log flumes, or anything called Hell Drop, Tower of Torture, or the Death Spiral Rockin' Zero G-Roll featuring Aerosmith, and standing on any kind of balcony
I've been on that.
Anywhere at any age, yes. Lead her away from acting, but not all the way to finance. Something where she can make her own hours, but still feel intellectually fulfilled, and get outside sometimes, and not have to wear high heels. What would that be, Lord? Architecture? Midwifery? Golf course design? I'm asking you, because if I knew, I'd be doing it, you damn it. You damn it, that's very good. May she play the drums to the fiery rhythm of her own heart, with the sinewy strength of her own arms, so she need not lie with drummers. Grant her a rough patch from 12 to 17. Let her draw horses, and be interested in Barbies for much too long. For childhood is short, a tiger flower blooming magenta for one day, and adulthood is long and dry humping, and cars will wait. Oh Lord, break the internet forever, that she may be spared the misspelled invective of her peers, and the online marketing campaign for Rape Hostel 5. Girls just want to get stabbed. And when she one day turns on me and calls me a bitch in front of Hollister, give me the strength, Lord. I lost it. Give me the strength, Lord, to yank her directly into a cab in front of her friends, for I will not have that shit. I will not have it. And should she choose to be a mother one day, be my eyes, Lord, that I may see her lying on a blanket on the floor at 4:50 a.m., all at once exhausted, bored, and in love with a little creature whose poop is leaking up its back. My mother did this for me once, and she will realize as she cleans feces off her baby's neck. My mother did this for me, and the delayed gratitude will wash over her as it does for each generation, and she will make a mental note to call me, and she will forget, but I'll know, because I peeped it with your God eyes.
So, that's just a taste of just how funny and clever and just this book is. So, yeah, definitely go with the audio novel. I'll provide a link below in the description. It's read by her. It's hilarious.
It's good.
You will laugh out loud. So, go and listen to it. Bye.
Bye.